I've been single for 5 years, so I'm very comfortable with it. Where are you from?
Okay, I'm 47. I'm single. Contemplating dating.
So many men try and stop women from using that equipment.
A good day, everyone. Continue to be Jenny with the program. Learn modern women. Today is part 45. We find out the reason why men are walking away from dating. Start now with Girls of Today.
Okay, someone tell me why it feels fine wearing a gym top like this, sports bra. Girls, why does it feel fine wearing this in the gym? No judgment, doesn't feel strange. But when you go to the petrol station or Waitrose, and poor Derek's trying to buy his orange juice, it feels like you could have come straight from the red light district. It just doesn't feel acceptable in public apart from the gym. It's weird.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, they are called force bra and not grocery shop bra. But hey, and then what's wrong with a girl going naked to do some grocery shopping? Those used to be the bread district girl's uniform. So people knew exactly who to go to and ask, how much? But those are the bad old days, when people used to have common sense and dignity and decency.
I said that attractive women are much more common than attractive men, and all the men in the comment section were like, that's not true, men are so much hotter than women. You think men are hotter than women? I don't know if you realize this, but that kind of makes you gay.
Oh, does it? Sure, why not? But let me see if I got this right. Still in 2025 when it comes to dating, the most shaming tactic that is being used is if you don't agree with everything she just said, you are into men. But with everything else outside of dating, I can just follow you into your bedroom. And that will be fine. Even worse, that would be fine with you and not me. And then, if I don't agree with you in everything you say, I'm into men, but you don't seem to have anything to say. When it comes to this,
Dinner for one. I said dinner for one. I was just referring to the fact that I just ordered dinner for myself because I'm just the one in my household. So I'm single, yeah. It's good though. I think every woman should experience being single. You know, it teaches you independence. I've been single for 5 years, so I'm very comfortable with it. Where are you from? You probably have a lot of deliveries. Sorry, I'm from Boston, East Coast girl. You could probably tell that from a mile away, right? You have really pretty hair. Is that plugs? You can tell me. No, they probably don't pay you enough delivering food for plugs, do they? How much do they pay you? We shouldn't talk about money on a first date. Sorry about that. That was very rude. Not that this is a date. I'm just because we have a connection, obviously. So it's funny when I was a kid. Sorry. Oh, you don't speak English. Oh, bye.
not only that, I will never be jealous of her getting a special toy or equipment. But I'm even gonna be the first one to say it. She really does need one. But at least she is, what was it? Experiencing how to be single. So that's a plus, right?
I posted a video the other day and it was 5 reasons why I'm single, and it basically was just like crazy stories of things that guys have said or done to me throughout my entire dating career, maybe first dates, talking stages, or literal boyfriends. And like, I thought it was funny. You live and you learn. I'm clearly not with any of those guys. Like, I broke up with them or ended things with them. That video ended up on the wrong side of TikTok. If you have a chance, just go peek at the comments. Literally all the comments are saying that I'm the problem, okay? It's just a bunch of men dragging me, saying that it's my type, all these things. Like, clearly, you've never like dealt with someone who's toxic or manipulative or anything. And it's like, the people in the comments are acting like the men came up to me and they're like, I'm gonna cheat on you. Do you wanna date me? Yes or no? Like, no, the first 3 months of our relationship, they're a king. They do everything, buying you flowers, opening doors, like literally the perfect person. And then something just switches and then now they're not that way anymore, okay? So like, and then like, that's when like, obviously like, we're not together anymore. So yeah, that is a reason why I'm single, because I'm not with someone like that anymore. I don't know, the comments are like crazy that I made a video saying I've been cheated on, one guy saying got arrested, like all of these things, and people are like, I'm the problem.
Well, pretty much, yeah. Not because you were influenced in any way, their actions, but it seems you do have a type. Now don't get me wrong, I can recognize when people are simply amazing and they deal with only toxic people. Like me, for example, as always, I'm so amazing. I can't even walk from my house to my car. I have to sprint and dodge all the women who will jump my bone in front of my neighbors. They don't even care. But even being as amazing as I am, I can still count a few relationships in which I was part of the problem. If not the problem, you, on the other hand, you've only dealt with toxic people, and it's everyone else's fault but yours.
Have you ever wondered why men like this would pay for something they could get for free? I was in a for 6 years, so I know that while Pretty Woman may be fiction, some of what it depicts isn't far from real life. And it is happening right under your nose every day. You might think men who pay for are a certain type of unethical person, but that is far from the truth. Want to know who clients mainly are? Trigger alert, they're your dad. That's right, normal everyday guys like your dad are the primary users of these services. And here are the two main reasons why. Number one, they want to feel adored and wanted. Many men use for basic human touch and affection. And number two, they lack the confidence to approach women. Men are expected to instigate in romantic situations, risking rejection, which is painful. It's no wonder many are willing to pay to avoid.
When you show a rich and powerful men, you cannot make the argument that they're afraid of rejection. Even if I'm wrong and you are right, there are quite a few more reasons for why men choose to get some of those services. Probably the biggest one is when he's done, you leave. Another reason could be they don't want to go through the hassle of having a relationship. Another reason could be they worked hard for their entire life, and they're not willing to lose everything just because they got involved with a woman. Hiring you for your services could be, in some cases, just more convenient.
Okay, I'm 47, I'm single, contemplating dating, all that jazz, or just remaining single. Someone asked me the other day, what is my deal breaker? Or what are my deal breakers? Currently, men that, well, act like boys, obviously. But the big one is men like around my age, because I can date older or younger than me.
I'm sure you can, but why are men your age a deal breaker? No, I did not stop the video. She did that was it. Men her age are a deal breaker. Because reasons I'm contemplating dating, even though I have a list of deal breakers, but also contemplating the idea of staying single, do us all a favor and choose option B.
I am 29 years old and I literally have like no friends. And the reason I'm sharing this here on TikTok is because I have been seeing some discourse on here about girls who are in their late 20s who are just openly talking about this. And yeah, I want you to know that you are not alone. You are not alone. I am a part of this group of girls who are in their late 20s who don't have friends. And one of the reasons why I feel like I don't have friends is partly my own fault, because I have been traveling the world. I have been living abroad for the last couple of years, and I understand that, you know, friendships take work. It goes both ways, and it's been just difficult to nurture those relationships. And I literally have like 2 friends who I just talk to here and there, not really much. Like I definitely don't have like a bestie who's like who I'm always talking to. But it's just been something that like has been weighing on my mind. As you know, I just turned 29, I'm going to be 30 next year. I think about it, I'm like, wow, I'm going to hit that age soon where I do want to get married soon, maybe in my mid-30s, and you know, have a baby. And I can't imagine like not having friends or a circle of people who love me and support me around me. And I don't know, it just kind of makes me sad.
Oh no. Anyway, so there is this thing called men loneliness thingy, right? Even though men are not talking about it, men never said anything about it. And here's the article that was written about male loneliness. Was about men that lack the ability to form male friendships. On the other hand, so many women like this lady here went on TikTok complaining that they don't have friends. And yet, there's not a single article written about women. Loneliness thingy? Anyone else find that weird, or just me?
Hey ladies, can we please talk about the double standards that we perpetuate? Never in my goddamn life did I think I'm gonna get on this app and defend men. But also, we need to talk about it. You know when you get like a really weird Instagram comment, or a really weird DM, or you're walking down the street and an ugly man I you, or cat calls you, God forbid. Sit with that uncomfortability for a second, and then consider why you feel so comfortable saying weird shit in men's comments. You see a glorious looking man. You see a very fine specimen of a gentleman. And your first instinct is to say, ugh, a tear just rolled down my leg. My ride is here. Slow and raw and passionate. Excuse me, you do not know that man. You don't know these people. And I can guarantee, God forbid, a man say any of those things to us. Oh my God! What gave you the bravery to say that to somebody you don't know? Because that's gross. Just because he's a man does not mean that he wants to hear that. Does not mean that he wants to see that. Quite frankly, I think anybody would get a little bit uncomfortable at strangers saying stuff like that. And I feel like, well, because it's men, they must like it. Nobody likes to be treated like an object. Just saying. So stop that. You should be very uncomfortable by what you're saying. I don't know how you don't get icked out by yourself. That's gross and that's weird. Stop.
They won't cause what's a girl to do now. They'll be the same women who kept yelling at men to leave them alone. And when men said, okay, they realized that men meant it when they said, okay. And now they think that would be the best way to gain a man's attention.
So I ended things with a man that I had been seeing. We'd gone on like 3 dates. We planned a 4th, and then I ended up canceling it. And I really wasn't sure how I felt. And we were trying to reschedule the 4th date. And then I was like, you know what? Something's missing. And I have nothing bad to say about him. He was sweet and nice and respectful. But I just don't feel like our personalities were 100% like clicking. And if you're going to comment, it's mostly men who do this. If you're going to comment on my video and say, oh, another loss for the nice guys. This is why guys shouldn't be nice because they always go for the douchebags and there must be shit that's wrong with you. Blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Stop. If I wanted to settle down with someone just because they're nice, first of all, that's the bare minimum. That's a requirement of just being a decent human being. Like, if that was my only need out of a potential life partner, I would have been married by 23. Or you know what? I'd probably be dating the man in my Instagram DMs from Saudi Arabia offering to treat me like a princess.
And you would also send the Nigerian prince $10, Nirozar, because he promises he's gonna send you $1 million in return. Being the nice man is the bare minimum, absolutely. But why would I choose to be that when I can be the a-hole? Why would I even consider for a split second to give you the bare minimum? Because you can settle for some prince in Dubai? Come on now. You could have been married at 23. Well, yeah. You have missed your chance and now you're doing this.
Yes, men do think that we would be jealous if they ran off with robots. And the reason that they think that is because they would be jealous if it was the other way around. Obviously, the closest thing we have to this is female toys. And so many men are jealous of that equipment. So many men try and stop women from using that equipment, either on their own or when they are both in the bedroom, and that is because it makes them feel inadequate. So yeah, their reputation precedes them, and I'm sure the idea that we would create an entire man-like robot type thing and run away with it and have no need for them anymore probably would make them feel quite jealous.
First of all, you have hundreds of videos saying, you don't need no men, so there will be no difference. Second, why would you even need a robot when you have that special equipment in your bedroom? Third, saying that you're gonna build a robot doesn't really work. What you meant to say is, you're gonna be begging men to build you a robot? So why exactly would men be jealous if they're gonna build you one just to get you to shut up? But in the end, I can still respect the confidence they have to say the most ridiculous things out loud